High School Overtime.
Your home for scores, recaps, and interviews with the top coaches.
Here are your hosts, Lee Cochran and Ryan Baker.
Lee, it's kind of hard to believe as we start the show here tonight, and we've still got games wrapping up. And, of course, there's always a handful of games around the state that happen on Saturdays. We're halfway through the high school football season, and part of that is sad to me, but part of that is really fun because we're starting to see races shape up for leagues, for playoffs, and that stuff is very exciting.
Now, how many years have we been doing this? 11? 11?
Yeah, I think so.
11.
No, I think this is our 12th
and you have
season.
always been the cup is half empty. And I'm the cup's half full. You're like, oh, it's so sad that we're halfway through. No, man, well, at least you're coming around a little bit because you said we got some races developing. League plays opening next week for the rest of the leagues, the rest of the divisions. So, I mean, this is when it gets exciting. Hey, I mean, the first half, we've learned a lot about some teams. We've learned that Waterson's a doggone good football team.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah, but I mean, we've learned a lot, and it's been a great time to get here.
Welcome in, everybody, to Byers Dublin Subaru's High School Football Overtime. I'm Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. We've got Jacob Reimer on the other side of the glass there, taking care of things for us in that room. Lee, let's talk about the team that was in our game tonight in Olentangy Liberty. They had a little hiccup last week, losing late to a crosstown rival in Olentangy Berlin. But this Olentangy Liberty team is a pretty good football team, too.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, they came out and Dane and Tito talked about it, that they seemed to have a little bit of aggression. That one drive for Jerome's first scoring drive, there were 4 personal fouls called. You know, and they kind of – you knew that Liberty was a better team tonight, but – it's one of those things you have to prove. They did in the second half, and I mean, you're talking. They start OCC Central play, and we've talked about it a few times this year. That's probably the toughest division in Central Ohio, one of the toughest in all of Ohio. You know, they're going to jump out there with Kaufman next week. This is going to be fun. Cup's half full, pal. Cup's half full.
Not only do they play that OCC Central schedule, but they also play Olentangy and Olentangy Berlin in their non-conference, who are teams that are pretty darn good as well right now. In Berlin, a tough loss tonight. Talk about an eye-opener and maybe a solidifying win. Olentangy Orange tonight, 35-7. They beat Berlin. Wow. I mean, I thought that would be a really good game. It was not tonight. Orange dominated.
But that's another team. Orange is another team coming, 3-0 last week, playing a struggling Gahanna team that had only scored, 8 points in the last 2 or 7 points in their last 2 games, and then they get beat 31-25. You know, Orange had something to prove, and boy, they sure did. Yeah, like you say, Berlin. I mean, it's just going in circles right now.
You know, there's a couple things with Orange that. You know, Liberty, I liked Liberty a lot because they've had a lot of guys that played football from sophomore year. A lot of guys that, they maybe weren't ready as sophomores, but they were thrown into the fire. Their quarterback, Andrew Leonard, Jake Struck, some of those guys, they've played a lot of football. Levi Davis, the junior quarterback for Olentangy Orange, he's very talented, but this kid has started since he was a freshman. He's played a lot of football. Cohen Weaver is a handful in that backfield. And you know what else I like about this Orange team? Wes Schroeder came over from Granville. He's their head coach now. He's a heck of a football coach. Coaching and quarterback play in today's football matter so much.
Okay, who are the 2 coaches in Central Ohio we really respect?
Justin Buttermore.
Wes Schroeder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coaches, but those 2 have the similar background.
Both of them from Granville. Yeah. And Granville's 5-0.
Still good.
Yeah. They're playing well as
it's
well.
It's not like they've lost these coaches and said, okay, well, what do we do? They just continue to win.
Speaking of Coach Schroeder, I just got a confirmation. He's going to join us at 10:15 tonight. Well, also, speaking of teams that are undefeated, we'll talk to Robin Miller of Columbus Academy. They beat St. Charles, who was another undefeated team coming into tonight. And they've got a schedule, Lee, that sets up really well for them to maybe run this table here this year. They were a team that went 9-0 last year. They could be there or better this year.
Yeah, and you would think that they could run the regular season undefeated. You know, and I know Coach Miller's not even going to dream of saying anything along those lines because, you know, they've got a conference game next week with Whitehall. Whitehall looks like they're going to, you know, drop to 0-5. You know, and then they've got Bexley after that. I mean, the CBL is their league to win. And, you know, I mean, they're definitely the class. And boy, oh boy. But we talked last week. We said we wanted to see what St. Charles did in this game because we wanted to see if St. Charles was as good as their 4-0 record. And now it's up to St. Charles to try to bounce back.
Lee, I was going to switch over to this Waterson team, but real quick before we go there, one of the coolest games in Central Ohio, and these teams have struggled recently, but the Battle of Hard Road, how fun is that game between Worthington-Kilbourne and Dublin-Scioto? Worthington-Kilbourne wins the Battle of Hard Road tonight for the first time in 9 seasons. They get that chunk of asphalt. They beat Dublin-Scioto 21-7.
Yeah, you know, and I can remember when both these teams were real good, and you'd have Carl Johnson or Jeff Gafford up there just holding that chunk of asphalt like it was a Super Bowl trophy, because to them it almost was, you know. But you know, Kilbourne's a team, you know, winless last year. They're 3-2 now, and they're in the thick of the playoff hunt.
And we talk about this Kilbourne team. They're starting a freshman at quarterback this year in Jackson Sabo. Just think, we're talking about Levi Davis and this Olentangy Liberty team. What are they going to be the next 2-3 years with this kid at quarterback?
Yeah, Thomas Worthington started the freshman last year. Groveport started the freshman last year. I mean, it just blows my mind that these bigger schools start freshmen. And that you know, we talked to Coach Westcamp at Groveport, and he said, you know, what convinced him that his quarterback was ready to do it was the fact that the upperclassmen respected him as a leader. And so I guess if you're showing that kind of attitude, you know, you're like, okay, you're the best player and you're a leader. I don't care if you're a freshman or a senior, you're going to play.
All right, let's get into this Waterson team. Waterson was ranked number 1 in the AP poll in the state this week. Chardon was number 2. They played tonight. Waterson coming into this one 4-0. Chardon 3-0. Both of them, obviously, Waterson state runner-up last year in Division III. Chardon lost in the playoffs to Toledo Central Catholic, who won the state in Division III. We thought this was going to be a showdown tonight. It was a butt-whooping from Waterson, and it started from the opening kickoff when Jake Uhlenhake returned it for a touchdown, and they never looked back. They win 41-9 tonight. This Waterson team, they have to be the best team in Central Ohio right now.
Oh, I think I voted them number 1. You know, I don't know how you can't. I don't think you're going to get, you know, Coach Kennedy to go on to. He's going to be happy. He's going to be ecstatic. We've talked to him several times, but I don't think he's going to be like, you know, hey, he's going to say next week we got Hartley. Down in the last game of the year, got DeSales. I mean, there's still a lot out there. And that, when they're beating teams like this, Chardon like this, like say, match up number 1, number 2 in Division III in a state poll, it does put a little bit of a target on there. But, I mean, they had the target from last year to begin with, heading into the season after being a state runner-up. But, I mean, even last week, though, Coach Kennedy said, you know, he still thought Toledo Catholic Central was the best team in Division III. You know, he's never going to say his team's the best in Division III. I think we know him well enough to know that.
And that will make our Dane Sanzenbacher very happy to hear that about his former Fighting Irish. We talked about that Academy St. Charles game real quick. 27-20 was that final score. I don't think we ever said that tonight. Look at some of these numbers for Waterson tonight. Drew Belisari. We talked about Jake Uhlenhake. He also caught 2 touchdown passes tonight, 75 yards and 8 yards. Belisari also threw 2 more touchdowns to Dominic Theotto. 11 yards, 21 yards. I mean, this is just a Waterson team. They are good everywhere. They're good on offense. They're explosive on offense. They're good on defense. I really thought, and I know in our predictions, I think this was one of the games we differed on. This was a hard game to pick. I thought this was going to be a really, really close game. I thought this was going to be like a 27-25, just knockdown drag out.
Well, I went with Chardon because, you know, Waterson went up there last year. And I thought, okay, maybe they come down here and do the trick. I don't know. Low number irony for you. Drew Belisari threw 4 touchdown passes. Who's his dad?
Greg Belisari.
And what's Greg do now?
He's the defensive coordinator.
But what's he do for his job? He's a doctor. He's an orthopedic surgeon, and he's done 4 operations in this Cochran family.
all of them on you, right?
No, 2 on me and 2 on my daughter.
Oh, okay. I thought they were all on you. But, man, that's just impressive from Waterson. Let's go ahead now and run through some of the scores that we have. Of course, just like always, we had some City League games go off last night. Linden McKinley beat Centennial 16-7. East all over Mifflin 73-6. Beechcroft beat Whetstone last night 43-13. Kip Columbus also played last night. They played Northland. Northland beat them 14-6. Tonight in the OCC Buckeye, Groveport gets a 35-7 win over Lancaster. Newark shuts out Logan 55-0. The Wildcats 4-1 on the year.
Yeah, and they last were 5-5 in 2016. They had their last winning season 8-3 in 2005. They just need one more win to break that streak.
There we go, Wildcats. Reynoldsburg falls to Tays Valley tonight, 17-7, the final there. In the OCC Capital, we talked about the Battle of Hard Road, 21-7. Worthington Kilbourne beats Dublin Scioto. Back to the City League, games that happened tonight. These are in the South. Walnut Ridge, 46-0 over South. Eastmore, 34-0 over West. In the Mid-State League Buckeye tonight, Bloom Carroll hammers Liberty Union 70-6 the final. Fairfield Union beats Logan Elm, flip that around. Logan Elm beats Fairfield Union 41-20. In the Mid-State League Cardinal, Grove City Christians 4-1 now. They beat Rosecrans 52-0. How about this, Lee? They've played 5 games. They've pitched shutouts in 4 of them.
And they're 4-1, so the only time they lost is when they gave up a point.
201-32 is what they've outscored their opponents this year.
That's not bad.
That's decent defense.
You don't give up any points. You're going to win.
Our game of the week, 42-14. Olentangy Liberty beats Dublin Jerome. Gahanna, they beat Dublin Kaufman tonight by a score of 41-21. Grove City's 5-0, 42-16. They beat Hilliard Darby. Hilliard Davidson, they're 4-1, 43-0. They top Marysville. Olentangy 4-1 as well, and they get the shutout 33-0 over Westerville Central. Olentangy Orange 35-7 winners over Berlin. Pick North 63. Thomas Worthington 7. Upper Arlington a shutout 36-0 over Central Crossing. Now some more area non-league games. We talked about Columbus Academy. They remain undefeated. They beat St. Charles 27-20. DeSales 35-21 winners over Reedy. Hartley falls to Ironton 41-0. Watterson 41-9. We told you over Chardon. Harvest Prep bounces back 50-16. They beat Dayton Dunbar. Granville's 5-0, 44-0. They beat Utica. Licking Heights a 41-0 shutout win over Lakewood. Newark Catholic Lee is 0-5. They fall to Licking Valley 49-7. We went looking back. We went back into the 50s. We have never seen an 0-5 Newark Catholic team that we can find.
Yeah, I couldn't find the season. I found the season records, not the game-by-game records. But from 1958 to 1998, they only had 4 seasons with at least 5 losses. They had 2 5-loss seasons, 2 6-loss seasons. Unless they started 0-5 in one of those, this is new territory.
And they started 0-4 last year, so a couple of rough seasons here for Newark Catholic. Northridge beats Zanesville 7-0. West Jeff, they have a 21-0 win over Southeastern. West Liberty, they beat Madison Plains 33-6. And that is all the finals so far we have for this evening. We are going to take our first time out. When we come back, though, we'll bring one of the 10 TV guys in. We'll get a preview of what's coming your way on 1st and 10 tonight on Channel 10. We'll also give you some more scores that we find as games go final. This is Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on The Fan.
The Fan is live and local with Morning Juice, Caffeinate, and Dominate.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
My furnace just went out.
Ma'am, have no fear. Dormar is here. We can get that furnace fixed fast.
Dormar, you guys are the best.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Attention Ohio pizza restaurant owners. Tired of glitchy point-of-sale systems slowing you down? Meet Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. With reliable hardware, an easy-to-use system, and 24/7 customer support, Hunger Rush speeds up your operations and boosts repeat orders by up to 10%. This is the restaurant point-of-sale built for pizza. Easily manage your drivers, easily take orders online, easily train your staff in minutes, and easily make modifications. Need to talk to a real person? That's easy too. Top Ohio pizzerias are winning with Hunger Rush. Solutions to help you streamline service, optimize workflows, and maximize profits. Join the thousands of successful restaurants transforming their operations with Hunger Rush for $0 down and $0 a month. Tools for menu management, marketing, customer engagement, and increased upsells, all in one simple platform. That's Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. Schedule your free no-obligation demo at ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I cannot imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for TrueHold. Home values in the city, well, they're sky high. We know that. You have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market is peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's the right time, except for 2 things. High interest rates are going to burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest TrueHold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Pretty smart, right? TrueHold is going to make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others, and it's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, secure your retirement, and do whatever you want with it. It's your cash. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. TrueHold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much TrueHold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. Again, that's TrueHold.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan.
From Picktown to Marysville and everything in between, this is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Byers Dublin Subaru's High School Football Overtime. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. A couple more scores we just got. And actually, Lee, I don't have the final score on this one. But congratulations to Westland. They start the year 4-1 for the first time since 1999. They beat Franklin Heights tonight. Again, I don't have a final score on that yet. But Somebody asked me tonight, they were like, is this Westland team actually good? And I was like, this is what I can tell you from somebody who saw them play. They said, this is the best Westland team I've seen in 30 years. And now they get their first 4-1 start since 99. It helps when you get Kentrell Reinhardt, though.
Yeah, but I remember those, Casey Wendell years? Casey Wendell, the quarterback?
Yep.
Man, they had a couple real good years with him, a quarterback.
One more final we got. How about this? New Albany. They kick a 47-yard field goal with just under a minute to play. Then they block a 28-yard field goal at the end of the game. New Albany gets their first win of the year. They beat Hilliard-Bradley 17-14 tonight.
Boy, they really needed that, too. I mean, that's a team we don't expect to struggle like that. I mean, they were on the at 0-4, it was their worst start since like 2003. So, I mean, they get back on track, get a little momentum.
I talked to someone close with that New Albany program before the season, and they said, we're going to struggle at the beginning of the year because they lost so much from last year. He said, we're going to be very young and we're going to be very inexperienced, but the second half of the year, we may turn things around. And that's another one of those teams, maybe not this year you see it, but next year and the year after, going through these growing pains, they might be back to the New Albany we always know.
Yeah, they very well could be, and I would expect them to be. And, because what I don't want them to be is the New Albany that was playing when I first got here, that strung together winless seasons. They were playing a lot of games with a running clock before the running clock was official. So I like them a lot better this way.
Yeah, for sure. Here on High School Football Overtime, we tell you the scores and tell you what happened. Coming up in just a little bit on First and 10, they will show you the highlights and what happened. Adam King from Channel 10 joins us now. And Adam, welcome back from a well-deserved respite.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be back. What a way to get back here is with a Football Friday. You love to see it with First and 10 here.
And I know you were out watching your Gahanna Lions tonight. They get a big win over Dublin Kaufman, 41-21. I know you like to see that.
Yeah, it was a little tight there in the first half, but Gahanna drove down there right before the half and found the end zone. And then obviously a big third quarter helped them kind of bounce back there. Not necessarily the start to the season they drew up, but the nice thing is, much like with New Albany, much like with a lot of these teams in the new format with the playoffs, it really doesn't matter how you start. It only matters how you go from here on out. And, a lot can happen in the next 5 weeks.
It hurts when you lose a guy like Dior Hubbard, too.
Yeah,
that's a tough adjustment.
Yeah, that's definitely tough.
Where else were you at tonight?
I watched Pickerington North against Thomas Worthington, and I like Thomas Worthington a lot. It was last year or the year before that they had an historic season. They were really doing well. This year, obviously, they got a lot of new guys. Pickerington North, that was an offensive clinic. I mean, I think they had 35 at the end of the first quarter. I did not stay for the whole first quarter, I'll tell you that. I had more than enough highlights for First and 10. Halfway through, I believe there was 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go, and there was already 3 touchdowns. So,
I saw today Pickerington North. I believe it's Ty Long, another OU commit for them. So they've got like a handful of D1 big time recruits now on that team. It's just an embarrassment of riches with talent for Pickerington North.
Well, I remember Preston Bowman last year had a huge game, and I was on the sideline. And one of his teammates said to him, Ohio State will be calling. Ohio State will be calling. They did call. He's headed to Kentucky, but they got a lot of guys that are definitely going to show out at D1.
But there's still time, right? There's still time. The Buckeyes could make a flip.
He is committed to Kentucky. That's, there's always time.
I don't know that means much anymore.
That's
if you
true.
Go down there
until
for a
they
year,
sign pen to paper.
And then even then.
Until they show up on campus and stay all 4 years.
And nobody does that now.
Yeah.
What other games can we expect to see highlights from tonight on First and 10?
Well, one team that's going to get some love and deserves it. You talked about Westland, 4-1. We'll have them on our show. We'll have the Battle of Olentangy Berlin versus Orange. That was 2 3-1 teams battling it out. That was a great game. And
Orange put it to them.
They did. And then our game of the week, obviously, you'll get to see that. And a lot of other great games tonight. All of that on First and 10. Briggs getting a big win again tonight. So a lot going on First and 10.
Westland, by the way, 41-0.
Yeah, I was going to say it was in the 40s.
Tonight. Yeah, so it's pretty impressive. Maybe get that Imani Bates 92-yard touchdown in that game. A little swing pass. He took it to the house.
We're gonna
pretty nice.
You're gonna have to watch First and 10 to find out.
What time are we tuning in?
11:10.
Now, see, Dom tells us we should be watching now.
Turn it on right now.
He said he's only got one channel.
Turn it. Well, that's a good point. I definitely turn it on at 11 o'clock. I don't know what's on right now. That TV just has nothing on it. You should probably get that fixed.
I think the Reds game went bye-bye.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, you're not watching 10 TV.
We should fix that. We're going to put that on
turn
in the
on
break.
10 TV?
Yes, we will in the break for sure.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Rhyme time, get on that. Get 10 TV on our TVs. Okay, Adam King, we will be watching tonight. First and 10 coming up at about 11:15. It's good to have you back. Go Buckeyes tomorrow. What do you think? Big?
63 to 6.
Did anybody take up the Marshall coach's offer of free biscuits from Tutors?
I'll tell you this much. If he wants to bring some biscuits, I will gladly enjoy them.
Lee said we were going to take a road trip down to his home and get some.
There you go.
I like it.
Thanks
for having me.
Always a pleasure having Adam King from 10 TV. Make sure you flip it over after us to actually go ahead and flip it over now so you're ready to catch all those highlights tonight on First and 10. Just going through here, Lee, trying to get some of these scores. A team we haven't talked about much, and maybe we're going to have to get their coach on soon, Grandview. They're 5-0 now. They beat Chesapeake tonight, 24-6. Chesapeake, one of the teams on their schedule left that was a team that had a good record, a good team was Chesapeake. Grandview Heights, we talk about favorable schedules, and I know coaches don't like this. Well, Grandview Heights has a chance here to run this table and go 10-0.
Well, very good chance because two of the teams are playing are 0-5 after tonight. Two others are 1-4, and we're waiting on Worthington Christian. I think Christian is going to win, so they'd be 2-3. But Grandview's still playing an independent schedule, and but they're the number one. They number one in the rankings, computer rankings, and they're Division 6, 24, 23.
They're Region 23.
23.
Yes. And, yeah, they're number one in that. And they're number one by a long shot in that region because they have some wins over some City League schools that are Division 2, Division 3, that are getting them some secondary points through wins and everything. Grandview actually, computer points-wise, and you don't see this a lot of times from Division 6, they've got some of the highest computer points in the area right now.
Yeah, which you bring that up every Saturday or Sunday.
I love looking at that and sending it to you.
Yeah, and I like looking at it too, and I'm sitting there going, wow, it's crazy. But while we're on 5-0 teams, Grove City, we mentioned them earlier. They're the only undefeated Division I team in the area.
Yeah, we only had 8, I believe, coming into Week 5 in the Central Ohio area, undefeated. Let's talk about Grove City a little bit here. Some of those numbers tonight as they beat Hilliard Darby 42-16. Aiden McKinstry. This kid at running back has been pretty darn good. 4 touchdowns for him tonight, 2 on the ground, a 3-yarder, a 30-yarder, 2 25-yard touchdown receptions. Owen Steele, a 55-yard touchdown reception tonight. Carson Welsh obviously throwing those touchdowns. Last week he had 3 through the air, 2 on the ground. This week 3 through the air and 1 on the ground. Coming into tonight, Lee, they had outscored their opponents 155-56. And we talked to Coach Waits last week. They're another one that has a very favorable schedule here until the end of the regular season.
Yeah, weeks 8 and 9, you've got Pickerington North and Gahanna. But, I mean, Westland has the only team to give them a game this year. That was a 10-point game. Taze Valley, they hung Taze Valley's only loss on them. They're 4-1, and that was a blowout. That was 42-7.
Yeah, so...
And, now Taze Valley has just started running the table a little bit. I mean, Taze Valley bounced back the next week and beat Bloom Carroll. So, I mean, like I said, it took us a few weeks to figure out who was good. I think we've got it figured out now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
We're pretty close here. In the City League tonight, Afrocentric beat Briggs 36-22. You talk about this Afrocentric team. They're a pretty talented team in Division 6. Man, they have played a brutal schedule till now. Maybe now that they're in the City League, they'll be able to start reeling off some wins.
Yeah, I mean, it has been brutal for them. I was looking for their schedule. But I mean, they've just played some incredibly good teams coming in. You got their schedule up?
No, but I can pull it up real fast here.
Oh, I got it right here. Because DeSales, Walnut Ridge, those are 4-1. Minster 4-1. Their only wins come over West Jeff, and West Jeff is 2-3. But that's just biting off a heck of a non-conference schedule. I don't care. Why they did it. That's their business. But I don't know that anybody needs to be playing Minster, DeSales, and Walnut Ridge. Well, Walnut Ridge is a league game, obviously, but DeSales and Minster in the non-league when you're Division 6.
Whitehall is 0-5 now. They lose to Marietta 33-20. You talked about Worthington Christian 45-14. They beat Trimble tonight, and this was a big one, Lee, in the OCC Capital. Big Walnut knocks off Westerville South 31-28.
Big Walnut lost that opener to Watterson 20-0. And I remember us talking, saying, is Watterson that good? Or what do we think about Big Walnut? Well, Big Walnut's shown us they're a doggone good football team. They've won 4 in a row since then.
Yeah, they've been playing very good football here. And that 20-0 loss, that actually doesn't look that bad right now, the way this Watterson team is playing.
In the scope of what Watterson's done, you're exactly right.
Hey, we talked about Olentangy Orange. What an impressive win they had tonight. They're off to a 4-1 start. They beat Berlin 35-7. We'll talk to their head coach, Wes Schroeder, coming up next. It's Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Fall is here. It's still warm and dry and everything's brown. But yay, fall. Maybe after your summer road trips, you've realized your vehicle sucks. My friends at Jermaine Lexus want to help. Right now, they have special APRs as low as 2.99% on their most popular models like the ES and RX, or lease payments starting as low as $4.99 a month. My friends at Jermaine are the best in the business. If you're in the market, please stop in. 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. Home values in the city, well, they're sky high. We know that. You have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market is peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's the right time. Except for 2 things. High interest rates are going to burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Pretty smart, right? Truehold is going to make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others, and it's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, secure your retirement, and do whatever you want with it. It's your cash. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
Bishop and Friends.
I yelled at my family like Buford T. Justice yelled at his kid in Smokey and the Bandit. I basically just yelled at them and cussed at them the entire way home. That's basically how it works.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Here on The Fan, we talk about getting rid of joint pain with the regenerative experts at QC Kinetics. There's no surgery, no downtime, just your body's own healing properties working to give you relief. So you can enjoy doing the activities that you love, like the fastest growing sport in the country. That's pickleball. And here in the Columbus area, QC Kinetics is proud to be a sponsor of Paddle Tap's Pickleball Club. Learn, grow your skills, challenge yourself, and meet other pickleball players. Paddle Tap's Pickleball Club features the ultimate indoor facility with 16 state-of-the-art courts. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Paddle Tap welcomes all skill levels. See what you're missing. Call Paddle Taps and mention QC Kinetics, and you'll get 1 hour of free play, courtesy of QC Kinetics, the people who take care of those achy joints, so you can play for years to come. For details, go to pbtaps.com. That's pbtaps.com. pbtaps.com.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. For only $2.99 per month, under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics can help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
Get Eco. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Have we spent enough time telling homeowners how much the name Eco can actually mean?
Well, I did name the company that, so yes.
I mean explaining that Eco can stand for how much better we can make your plumbing, ecologically speaking.
Get Eco.
A tankless water heater, for example. Switching to tankless means your family has unlimited hot water, shower after shower after shower, without having to use precious electricity to keep a big tank of water hot 24 hours a day. It's ecological.
Pretty good wordplay for a guy that almost failed English, don't you think?
Get Eco.
I think if more people knew they could help the planet just by taking a shower, I think we might be onto something.
That's not quite as ecological as the first thing you said, but okay.
You know, I'm working on inventing a new kind of junk mail that throws itself away.
And the planet thanks you, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, light winds, low humidity, and on the warm side on this Friday. Temperatures in spots near 90 degrees. It'll stay warm for high school football tonight and dry. Overnight, we'll see the chance of a shower by morning. Temperatures starting off your Saturday in the mid to upper 60s. It'll warm up for the Buckeye game. Tailgate time in the 80s, around 90 by the afternoon, with plenty of sunshine late in the day. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Friday nights mean high school football in Ohio. This is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Friday nights for high school football, but of course Saturdays for the Buckeyes. Join the Fan live on campus early tomorrow morning as the Buckeyes take on Marshall at noon. We're tailgating at the O-Zone on Lane. Doors open at 7:30. Admission is free. You'll hear stage announcements from Timmy Hall and Dane Sanzenbacher. Music from the fabulous Johnson brothers as well. And of course the Fan's pregame and tailgate shows will be out there. Music from the fabulous Johnson brothers. That's always a good time. The Fan at the O-Zone on Lane. It is sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra, Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. That is the guru's favorite. Olentangy Orange, they are 4-1. What an impressive 35-7 win they get tonight over Olentangy Berlin. Their head coach, Wes Schroeder, joins us now on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. And, Coach, it's your first season with this team. What has impressed you so far through your offseason, your camp, getting ready with these guys, and then the first half of the season?
Yeah, the kids, just the willingness just to continue to get better and just be good teammates.
You know, we know it's a process, and you know, we kind of laid an egg last week. You know, the way to put it. You know, we had a little lead and blew it. I think that was it was important for us to feel that. You know, like I said, it just felt like kids are trying to cheat the process, and they needed to get humbled a little bit, and that happened last week. And we had a great week. You know, we know the team that Berlin is, and our kids responded from that. So I think when you can respond like that, you know, and kids are doing things the right way, you know, you give yourself a chance.
Well, Coach, as Ryan said, your first season, the transition it's made a little bit easier when you got a quarterback like Levi Davis, and tonight he helped you guys bounce back. 150 yards and 3 touchdowns passing, and 89 yards and a touchdown rushing. Tell us a little bit about how you've worked with him and how he keeps improving.
Yeah, he's going to keep getting better the more he's in our scheme. He's such a good kid, and we, you know, it's just a process. People want instant results. I mean, 4-1's pretty good. You know, I think he's accounted for 15 touchdowns and 1 turnover, which is really good. But we know if we want to be the team we want to be, we got to do both. We got to be able to throw and run the ball. And we ran the ball well again tonight. I think we had over 200 on the ground again. And yeah, so he's what makes us go. There's no secret about that. He's such a good leader and such a good player. He's so dynamic with his feet, and he throws the ball really well. But like I said, the more reps he gets, the better he's going to get.
But now let's talk about your defense a little bit. You know, last week gave up the 31 to Gahanna. Tonight only allowed 210 total yards. What was the difference tonight with the defense?
You know, we had a good week. You know, and last week we lost our middle linebacker and we had to put a sophomore in there. Not making excuses for that at all, but it was a tough spot for our sophomore to go in last week with minimal, if any, reps. And we got ourselves in some bad spots in the second half. And he had a full week to practice this week, so that was a big adjustment. You know, just allowing him to get coached up in a position that he hasn't played before. So, yeah, I mean, they played well. You know, our corners did a really good job. We got their guys on the ground when we had the chance to do it. You know, we were just we told our guys it was going to be a tough battle, and we knew that. We were going to take everything we had, and our defense really stepped up to the challenge.
Coach, you talked about your running game, and Cohen Weaver has gotten off to a great start for you guys this year, 90 yards and a touchdown tonight, but he's had some really big games so far. Talk a little bit about Cohen and what kind of player he is.
Yeah, he's been very dynamic for us. We're trying to establish a little physicality here, and we feel like we get that from him, where he runs really hard, and that's what we have to have. If you're going to win at this level, it's no secret you got to run the football. Like you can get by some teams, but if you're going to be a good team and a good sustained team, you got to run the football. And the way he runs, his vision, his lower body, you know, he's only getting better. His vision's getting better. You know, and you know we got Lucas Fickle, who's ready to go too, who's a good back, and you know we're happy with what we have, and we're just going to continue to get better. That's the goal.
Well, now, Coach, next week you open your first pass through the OCC Central. Ryan and I have talked for a few years now that I think it's the toughest division in Central Ohio. You're starting off with Davidson. What do you know about them, and how are you feeling about your team heading into league play?
Yeah, I mean, we're well aware of what's in front of us. You know, this isn't a schedule. You know, it'd be difficult to run the schedule. You know, it's tough. You know, the league's tough, and they like Berlin tonight. Like, there's not many staffs that I have more respect for than those guys. What they do, you know, offensively, defensively, that they do things the right way. The kids play hard, and they always maximize who they have. And I think Davidson's doing that this year. You know, I think they've had a few struggling years. I know, Coach Solis went over to the offensive side of the ball, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. And, defensively, they got really good personnel, and, they play really hard, and, they got guys in right spots. They're physical, and it's a challenge. It's going to be one of the best teams. I think they're going to surprise people. I think they'll be one of the best in our league. I hope we are too. I hope we're up there, and I hope we're in that mix. But I think they are. Obviously, Liberty, UA, all of Bradley, Kaufman. It's a gauntlet. There's no doubt about it.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the big win tonight over Berlin, 35-7, and the 4-1 start. Good luck next week when you guys take on Davidson.
All right, appreciate you guys.
It's the head coach of Olentangy Orange, Wes Schroeder, joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. That game next week, that's going to be a heck of a game. I know that's one that we were looking at. I know our game next week is Bellefontaine at London, which, of course, is London's undefeated, and obviously Tavion St. Clair for Bellefontaine. But that Olentangy Orange Hilliard Davidson game next week is a beauty.
You know, and you look through the records of the teams in the OCC Central, and you say, well, Dublin Kaufman's 1-4. Well, they've lost to Whitmer, who's 4-1. They've lost to Pickerington North, 4-1.
And they went toe-to-toe with North last week.
Lost to Gahanna tonight, and Gahanna is 3-2, and state semifinalist and a regional finalist, the state last 2 seasons. They've lost to St. Ignatius, and Ignatius is 1-4, but that's also an underrated team. I mean, this is going to be so much fun. I look forward to Friday night so much when we get all these leagues playing, especially this one. I love it.
It is definitely fun for sure. And if you look even further, I know we can just look at next week with them, but Upper Arlington, Olentangy Liberty, you talked about that league. That is a fun league. Bradley's sitting there at 2-4, but I don't think Bradley's anything to shake a stick at either. That is a very fun stretch of games for all those teams. They may not think they're fun, but we think they're fun.
We're allowed thinking they're funny. He even said, Coach Schroeder said, he thinks Davidson's going to be, one of the better teams. And, he said, hopefully we're going to be up there. But whoever's up there, whoever wins that, and it could be one of those years where it's a 2 or 3 way tie, but whoever wins that conference is going to earn it.
Absolutely.
There's no gifts. There's no game on there where you say, without a doubt, 100%, this team's going to beat this team. And there are a lot of games we can do that with.
Through 5 weeks of the season, we've only got just a little more than a handful of teams in Central Ohio that are undefeated. One of those is Columbus Academy. We will talk to their head coach, Robin Miller, next. It's Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on The Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof, but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. For a roof. We have a lot of football happening happening? I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set a second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Attention Ohio pizza restaurant owners. Tired of glitchy point-of-sale systems slowing you down? Meet Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. With reliable hardware, an easy-to-use system, and 24/7 customer support, Hunger Rush speeds up your operations and boosts repeat orders by up to 10%. This is the restaurant point-of-sale built for pizza. Easily manage your drivers, easily take orders online, easily train your staff in minutes, and easily make modifications. Need to talk to a real person? That's easy too. Top Ohio pizzerias are winning with Hunger Rush. Solutions to help you streamline service, optimize workflows, and maximize profits. Join the thousands of successful restaurants transforming their operations with Hunger Rush for $0 down and $0 a month. Tools for menu management, marketing, customer engagement, and increased upsells, all in one simple platform. That's Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. Schedule your free no-obligation demo at ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Gambling too much or just can't seem to cut your losses? I'm Abdullah Mahmood, pub gambling counselor at Maryhaven. Whether it's you or someone you love, we're here to help you control gambling before it controls you. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven is here for you no matter what. And that's a bet you can actually count on this football season. Confidential and judgment-free, go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
Barely 5 hours a week. It's how much time most of us spend outdoors. Not nearly enough time getting lost in canopies of breathtaking fall colors. Brilliant hues extending all across America's third most forested state. We could all use a little more time outdoors, soothing mind, body, and spirit in West Virginia. Plan your fall getaway at wvtourism.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Baker knows more about high school football than anyone. Except Lee Cochran. This is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on the Fan.
Welcome back in. Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime. You heard it there. I am Ryan Baker. The man to my right, that is the guru, Lee Cochran. Lee, we mentioned not a lot of teams in Central Ohio. We're halfway through. We're 5 weeks in. Not a lot of teams are undefeated. One of them it is the Columbus Academy Vikings. They beat St. Charles, who was undefeated coming into tonight, 27-20. Their head coach Robin Miller joins us now on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. And Coach, we mentioned there's not a lot of teams 5-0 right now. What has been the key to your guys' fast start?
Hey, guys, thanks for having me. Definitely our offensive and defensive lines. We've got some guys just really, really playing hard and competitive football. If you can win on the line of scrimmage, you got a shot. Doesn't matter what kind of scheme you run. So we've got some guys getting after it, and they've been leading the way.
Are they all veteran guys, been experienced? Tell us a little bit about them.
little bit of both. MJ Jackson, he's a senior. He'll be a 3-year starting left tackle and a 3-year starting defensive lineman. Plays all over the line and just never leaves the field. Sometimes we want to give him a blow and he just waves us off. He's just that dedicated. His motor never gives out. Ronaldo Perez, he's just a sophomore, right tackle and defensive end, and just animals. I haven't seen stats, but I'd imagine between them and then Hank Pizzotti, a junior defensive end, they must have had 5 or 6 sacks tonight on a good, really good St. Charles team, a really good quarterback. They're just dominating the line of scrimmage, and it's fun to be their coach when you can do that.
When the coach you opened with Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, and that was a 1-point win, 22-21. Last 3 games have all been by at least 3 scores. Was it good to see your team have to respond in a close game again?
Oh, without question. We knew this would be a really tough game. We knew. I mean, they're 4-0 for a reason. So you want to face some adversity. We made it a little tougher on ourselves there in the second half or just the fourth quarter. Let it become a little closer than we wanted. But winning football games, winning high school football games are really hard. So we won't fault our kids for that. We're happy to get the win and excited to move on to next week.
Coach, you've got a pretty lethal quarterback in Cole Spalding. He can do it with his legs and his arm. What makes him so special?
He's just, he's been a treat. He's 6'6.5". I don't even know what he weighs. He's kind of thin, but he packs a little bit of a punch. He's running so hard. Again, our offensive line's playing so well and open up holes. We've got a good running backs in the backfield with him that help create fakes and everything, help create lanes. That long stride, it feels like he covers about 4 yards every stride. But he's just running hard. He gets north and south, and he's protecting the ball. He can also sling it. We just haven't needed him to that much. He's probably averaging just 4, 5, 6 throws a game, and if we're running the ball as well as we have been, good stuff happens. If you don't need to throw it, why do it?
I guess so, Coach. Now, next week you start Central Buckeye League play. And, just coming out of the non-conference, I know you're not going to look at it this way, but, Buckeye Valley's 3-2. Everyone else is really struggling. When you're going against a team like Whitehall next week, obviously it's a game if things go well, you should win. How do you keep the team focused through these slate of games?
Well, Whitehall always has incredible athletes. They're super well coached. Rod Lightfoot's one of the best coaches in the area. And the things he does with that team has always been impressive. It's always a challenge, playing a rival, playing a league opponent. I don't put a ton of stock in records, especially early in the year. Yeah, some teams are 1-4. Like who cares? We gotta get ourselves ready. We got to focus on ourselves. We certainly have plenty of room for improvement, so we need a really, really good week, studying and in practice and in the weight room, and to try to get ready because, again, winning games is hard.
Coach, real quick, I want to go back to the win tonight. Obviously, both teams coming in undefeated. You guys a Division V school. St. Charles is a Division II. Do you guys relish that opportunity, the what some people would call David versus Goliath type matchup of playing the bigger schools like that?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. We play a handful of teams on our schedule that are, certainly bigger than us in size, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. You still got 11 guys on the field, and does it help if you have 80 guys on the roster versus 40? Sure, but if you can get 11 guys playing hard, playing together, you've got a chance, and it doesn't really matter what division you're in at the end of the day.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight over St. Charles, the 5-0 start. Good luck next week when you and the Vikings take on Whitehall.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
He's the head coach of Columbus Academy. Robin Miller joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
He said he doesn't put much stock into records, and I get that, but I do. And at 5-0, they're a doggone good football team.
Last year they were 9-0 heading into that final game
against Reedy,
and they lose. They come up just short in the playoffs, fall into Barnesville. If you look at, and they're the number 1 team right now in computer points in that Region 19. Ironton is in that region as well. So is Harvest Prep. This is just a gauntlet there. Barnesville again is undefeated on the year. Fairland is undefeated. And obviously Harvest Prep and Ironton have been the king of that region the past couple of years. Columbus Academy looking to be right there with those two at the end this season.
Boy, that another local region that looks to be very, very fun. I mean, because, I would love to see, Harvest Prep and Academy line up. But then again, you look at what Ironton did to Hartley tonight. What was that, 41-0?
41-zip.
I mean, you take a look at that. You take a look at the fact that Harvest Prep beat Pickerington Central. They're in the same region. Goodness.
That Ironton team took out Hamburg out of New York last week, which I think is about a Division III school size here in the area, maybe Division II, and they hammered them 49-6. That Ironton team with Sean Terry is very, very good. But look at Amanda Clear Creek in there as well. They've had some big wins so far. They beat Circleville tonight. Sorry about that, Jacob Reimer. And then also a couple teams down there. We know how good Wheelersburg has been recently, and we know they're sitting at 2-3 right now. But Wheelersburg has played a tough schedule. They played Ironton. They played McNicholas. They've played Jackson. They started the year 0-3 playing those teams who are all good. McNicholas and Jackson bigger than them. And Afrocentric is down there. And Afrocentric has some athletes. I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
Yeah, and you look at, Barnesville, you briefly mentioned them, and my youngest sister's going to, not be happy with me talking about this, but they beat Belair where her son plays. That's their only loss this year. Beat Fort Fry, their only loss. Beat Buckeye Trail, their only loss. And none of these games were closer than 35 points. Barnesville's got a heck of a team.
Yeah, so this Region 19, we've talked a lot about Region 11 this year and how fun Region 11 is going to be. Region 19 is going to be a fun one as well. We will we will run through all the scores, and we will put a bow on this edition of High School Football Overtime. Coming up next, it's High School Football Overtime on The Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At Byer Subaru Dublin, we're not just a dealership. We're your trusted hometown team, guiding you through a seamless experience, whether buying, selling, trading, or servicing your Subaru. We've got you covered.
Right now, get the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester for 3.9% for 36 months.
Located under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill, or shop online at BuyerSubaruDublin.com. Come see why it's better to buy from Byer Subaru Dublin.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 36 months on 2025 Subaru Forester. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/24.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. Home values in the city, well, they're sky high. We know that. You have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market is peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's the right time. Except for two things. High interest rates are going to burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Pretty smart, right? Truehold is going to make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others, and it's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, secure your retirement, and do whatever you want with it. It's your cash. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
Here on The Fan, we talk about getting rid of joint pain with the regenerative experts at QC Kinetics. There's no surgery, no downtime, just your body's own healing properties working to give you relief. So you can enjoy doing the activities that you love, like the fastest growing sport in the country. That's pickleball. And here in the Columbus area, QC Kinetics is proud to be a sponsor of Paddle Tap's Pickleball Club. Learn, grow your skills, challenge yourself, and meet other pickleball players. Paddle Tap's Pickleball Club features the ultimate indoor facility with 16 state-of-the-art courts. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Paddle Tap welcomes all skill levels. See what you're missing. Call Paddle Taps and mention QC Kinetics, and you'll get 1 hour of free play, courtesy of QC Kinetics, the people who take care of those achy joints, so you can play for years to come. For details, go to pbtaps.com. That's pbtaps.com. pbtaps.com.
Hello, friends. The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casinos, the official sports betting sponsor of Common Man and T-Bone. Watch the games, get in on the action, and admire their AstroTurf. It's Man and Bone approved. The Fan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greatest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Hello, I am a serious announcer hired to deliver a serious announcement. Get an Apex Pros winter tune-up for your furnace right now for only $29. Notice we are simply giving you the facts. Just $29 to make sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming Ohio winter. We know how you enjoy our usual fun and funny commercials. Hello? Beg pardon? Well, I see no reason to bring my mother into this. Good day to you, sir. Where was I? Oh, yes. A $29 tune-up will make sure your furnace runs safely and warmly all winter. That's serious. I'm serious. That's why we're not doing the usual that you've come to expect from Apex Pros. None of this or this nonsense. $29 for a furnace tune-up from Apex Pros. The pros who knows? Knows? Is that really how you say it? The pros who...
Apex Pros, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the sticky shoulder pads. It's Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Smells so bad, but so good all at the same time.
I didn't know those were the sticky shoulder pads. I thought that was your feet. All these years I've been wrong.
It could be both. Who knows? Welcome back in. Final segment. Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime. I'm going to go ahead and run through all of the scores that we have for you one final time. It all got underway last night in the City League. In the City League North, Linden McKinley beats Centennial 16-7. East crushes Mifflin 73-6. In the City League North also last night, Beechcroft 43-13 winners over Whetstone. Northland beat Kip Columbus last night in a non-league game 14-6. Let's head to the City League games tonight in the South. Afrocentric 36-22 winners over Briggs. Marion Franklin gets their first win of the year 34-20 over Independence. Walnut Ridge, they're 5-0. They shut out South 46-0. Eastmore with a shutout as well. They beat West 34-0. In the OCC, Buckeyes Buckeye tonight. Pickerington Central beats Canal 51-23. Groveport's 4-1. They beat Lancaster 35-7. Newark is 4-1, 55-0. They beat Logan. Also 4-1, Taze Valley 17-7 winners over Reynoldsburg. In the OCC Capital tonight, Big Walnut beats Westerville South 31-28. Worthington Kilbourne wins the Battle of Hard Road. First time in 9 years, 21-7. They beat Dublin Scioto. Westerville North knocks off Delaware 42-30. Westland shuts out Franklin Heights 41-0. In the Mid-State League Buckeye tonight, Bloom Carroll 70-6 winners over Liberty Union. Amanda Clear Creek beats Rhyme Times Circleville 33-26. Logan Elm 41, Fairfield Union 20. In the Cardinal of the Mid-State League, 35-0 Miller beats Byrne Union. 52-0 Grove City Christian shuts out Rosecrans. We've got one score from the Knox-Moro Athletic County Conference. Centerburg 42-7 winners over Loudonville. Area games tonight, non-league games. Olentangy Liberty, it was our game here on the Fan, 42-14. They beat Dublin Jerome. Gahanna improves to 3-2, 41-21 over Dublin Kaufman. Grove City's 5-0, 42-16. They beat Hilliard Darby. New Albany gets their first win of the year, 17-14 over Hilliard Bradley. Hilliard Davidson 43-0 over Marysville. Olentangy the shutout, 33-0 over Westerville Central. Olentangy Orange 35-7 over Berlin, 63-7. Pick North beats Thomas Worthington. UA shuts out Central Crossing 36-0. Columbus Academy 27-20 winners over St. Charles. DeSales 35, Reedy 21. Ironton beats Hartley 41-0. Watterson's 5-0. They beat Chardon 41-9. Harvest Prep rebounds 50-16. They beat Dayton Dunbar. Buckeye Valley 28-7 winners over Hamilton Township. Grandview's 5-0, 24-6. They beat Chesapeake. Bexley gets their second win of the year, 34-13 over the Landmark Eagles. Whitehall falls to 0-5. They get beat by Marietta 33-20. Worthington Christian knocks off Trimble 45-14. Granville 5-0. They shut out Utica 44-0. Mount Vernon gets their first win of the year. They beat Heath 31-16. Johnstown 28-21 winners over Watkins Memorial. Licking Heights a 41-0 shutout win over Lakewood. Newark Catholics 0-5. They fall to Licking Valley 49-7 tonight. Millersport gets their second win of the year. They beat Federal Hocking 30-20. Northridge 7-0 winners over Zanesville. London's 5-0, 63-7. They beat St. Paris Graham. Jonathan Alder 34-0 over Benjamin Logan. Bellefontaine beats Indian Lake 49-14. West Jeff 21-0 over Southeastern. Fairbanks gets by Grinnan 56-21. Mechanicsburg 41-0 over Springfield Central Catholic. Madison Plains falls to West Liberty Salem 33-6, and Paint Valley beats Westfall 58-28. Guru, your final thoughts here. We've got about a minute for them on week number 5.
All right, real quick. First thing I look at, Taze Valley, Big Walnut. Both teams lost openers did kind of decisively. We found out the teams they lost to are both still undefeated.
Pretty good.
And they both pretty good, too. Walnut Ridge, new coach this year, and Rob Wheelwright. They're going after the first winning season since 2020. Best start since winning their first 11 in 2019. I'm already looking forward to next week. We got a couple good games. What's our game of the week? London Bellefontaine.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge one. And real quick, and sorry, I don't want to cut you off here. I know we got a couple games, but just a programming note for next week. Blue Jackets preseason is going to be on the FM. So our game of the week is going to be over on 1460 or 97.1 HD2. We will still be here. We're going to come on at 10:15 next week, and we will go till 11:30. Unfortunately, just 10 seconds left. The Kevin Stefanski Show is next. Don't forget Buckeye coverage all day tomorrow right here on 97.1 The Fan.
News, opinions, and insight, all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Attention Ohio pizza restaurant owners. Tired of glitchy point-of-sale systems slowing you down? Meet Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. With reliable hardware, an easy-to-use system, and 24/7 customer support, Hunger Rush speeds up your operations and boosts repeat orders by up to 10%. This is the restaurant point-of-sale built for pizza. Easily manage your drivers, easily take orders online, easily train your staff in minutes, and easily make modifications. Need to talk to a real person? That's easy too. Top Ohio pizzerias are winning with Hunger Rush. Solutions to help you streamline service, optimize workflows, and maximize profits. Join the thousands of successful restaurants transforming their operations with Hunger Rush for $0 down and $0 a month. Tools for menu management, marketing, customer engagement, and increased upsells, all in one simple platform. That's Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. Schedule your free no-obligation demo at ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Oh no, this storm really did a number on my roof.
You need to get that fixed before it gets worse.
I know, but finding a good roofing company is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Actually, there's only one good roofing company you need to know. Nitro Roofing. Family owned, specializing in residential roofing, and they finish the job quickly without cutting corners.
Wow, sounds like they're the real deal.
Absolutely. Call Nitro Roofing today. Use code TheFan10 for 10% off. Call 614-714-5693 or visit nitroroofing.com.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online